Hi, welcome to Crafted Sweetly. I'm Diana. Thanks so much for being here. In this video, I wanted to show you a combination of doing the photo book art, which has the 4 edge strips on it, as well as incorporating these hearts into the design. So what I did was I created the pattern in my app, photobookart.com, and created the design as you see here. Now this design I cut out, kind of trimmed around the edges on these, but left these here. So I'll show you, like, for the first page what I'll plan on doing. And then for this portion of the pattern here, what I did was I took this design into Wonderfold and used a graph design to create this pattern as an inverted cut and fold for my book. So you can see, you can certainly do this as a table format, meaning measuring using a ruler. I chose to do this one with a graph. So I have the pattern here for doing this part of the pattern here. So I didn't print this on here because then it would have printed in my pattern, and there was no need to, because this part I'm doing a cut and fold. This is the 4 edge. So it's a combination of the two. I'm going to set this aside for a second. And for this one, as usual, I take my pages and using my Caterpillar crop, I trim off everything around, and I do keep these in order. I don't need to renumber them. I've done these so many that I just keep them in order. So I trim everything all the way around. And with this pattern, it's a little easier to follow because it's kind of a step up. So it's a little harder to get the strips scrambled. And if you're looking to get one of these cutters, you can use my coupon code of SWEET15, where you'll get 15% off at the caterpillar.com website. This is definitely my favorite trimmer. I've had these trimmers for a couple of years, maybe running into 3 now, and still the same blade, no issues whatsoever. And what I like about them, if you haven't seen them, is that they have a light right here. So as I'm lining this up on the edge, it's easy to see exactly what I'm trimming. So it's much faster than using kind of the traditional trimmers. Okay, so I trimmed the first page here. That was the edge. Okay, so I have my first set of strips, and then I'll continue cutting the rest of those as I work on them. Again, these I already trimmed all the way around. Okay, so I have my strips here. Okay, now I have applied a few strips here just to kind of get it going. And this is the process for combining the two patterns. So I have my strips from that first page that I cut out. And you can just fold gently. It literally takes me like 5 seconds to fold one. Just fold gently. You can go over it one more time if you need to. And then after that, just press it down. So that's all it takes to fold this in half. Now, when applying this pattern here, I'm applying tape just to the part where the pattern is, because this doesn't get applied. Doesn't get up, you know, the strip doesn't get left on the page. But before I do that, I do want to do a 180 score line on all this, because everything's going to be 180 as far as this part is concerned. And then this part that's just the strips, it's almost a guide as far as how deep you're going to cut. For that, I'm using my 180 guide to kind of mark it on here, and I mark it against this part because I don't want that deep of a line. And you can see the score line right there. And you can actually score the entire book if, you know, to kind of get it out of the way. For the pages that are all the way at the end, you can flip the book and score it that way. And score it right at the beginning. So that way those pages are already scored when you get to it. Okay, so I've scored, I don't know, about 10. Again, you can score the whole book or score as you go. All right. So this gets applied here. And again, tape, I'm only applying tape on this part where the pattern is visible. This part. And as far as aligning, I'm still using, even though this doesn't stay on the page, I am still aligning up here. Because, I mean, you could align over here, but I'm right-handed, so it's just easier for me to align here. This obviously doesn't get stuck down. And this press in to make sure it's all the way against the page, and then press down. Once you do that, this part all gets removed. So I'm cutting right along the pattern all the way up to my score line, which is right there. And then this gets discarded and the rest of the pattern gets folded back. Right there. So what do I do with this part? Now this part, I have this pattern. And I've already done, like I said, I've done 3 pages here. And if I look at my pattern for this, the first 7, or I should say 1, 2, 3, 4, first 4 leaves do not have any marking. So I did 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3 are gone. And then I just did another one. This doesn't have any markings either. Okay, so it's the next one that I'll actually have to mark something based on this pattern. This stays as is. Now this one, I have my 180 guide, no, 180 score line, not guide, 180 score line. Fold down and press. Okay, and now for the glue here. I'm going to trim this again off. And now this gets folded back, same as the previous one. Now the difference is I'm going to take my pattern that I have this on, and you can fold this in half if it makes it easier for you to work with. And then just use the other half once you get, you know, to this point. So it just might be easier so it's not hanging over you. Okay, so I'm doing page 7, and the way you use the graph pattern is you want to line up the page along the line here. So, and also this goes here. Now you could also use my slider guide and set this down as a guide as far as making sure that your page is at 90 degrees in here. So you can just, or whatever contraption you make. You know, if something else works for you using the graph pattern, perfect. Oops, I'm going too far in. This is the line that I want. Okay, and it's straight here, and I'm just marking where I need to cut this. Okay, and then the next page is gonna be here. So you can set this off to the side. And then this gets folded back. Okay, so that's the page where you're starting to combine both patterns. Let me do one more here. And glue these. This is already scored with a 180. And for this one, I forgot to mark off this line that I'm done with it, just so you don't get confused. Make sure you get in the habit of doing that. I don't know why I keep wanting to push it against that side too. Okay, that one's done. So that's the next line. This is the only side I'm concerned about because I do want to see the markings for the pattern. And then cut and fold back. Okay, so with this you do have to work on each page doing both versus like doing all the cutting and then going back and doing all the photo strip, because it makes it a little harder to, it just would be impossible once you have the whole book bulked out to go back and apply these little tabs once everything else is cut. So just make sure you go page by page applying the strip and then also cutting the design on the other side. So I'll do this one last strip here, and then after that I'm gonna go offline and go about halfway into the book as I usually do and show you what it looks like. I forgot to mark this page that it's done again. Okay, oops. Okay, so this is what it should look like. Pattern here, these are 180 folds, and then that's the pattern back based on this, which I am now remembering to cross off. Okay, so I'll carry on with the pattern and then resume or kind of show you what I am about halfway through. So I'm finished quite a few of the pages. I'd say I'm about a third of the way in the book, maybe a little more. And I have all my strips cut. This is what I usually do with my strips, and then just keep them all in a pile. As long as you don't drop them and scramble them, you're all good. So this is what I do with my strips. The book, I did score the 180 for all the pages, so that way I don't have to keep stopping and doing that with each page. So I'll show you one more page at this point where I am. So looking at this, if you're looking at all the strips, initially it was just a little bit of the pattern, and by the end it's gonna be, you know, pretty much all the way to the top for the pattern. So this is where I'm at with the strips, and just like before, I'm gonna fold this gently first back over and then give it a press. So really super quick to fold it in half. And then now that my pattern is a little farther up, I'm adding tape here and right about where it ends. So that's roughly like the bottom and the top of where the strip is gonna be. It's not all the way up here because that gets discarded. Place this on here. Now I'm holding it. This will not stick to it, so I'm just holding it while I come down here to be able to press and press, because I still want the strip to be all the way against the page. Cut right where the pattern ends. This goes away and this gets folded over. Now I'm at the point in the pattern where there are more than 2 cuts on the page. Initially it was just one of the hearts, so I'm lining this up here, and I do need to mark all of these points now. So I'm marking just where they start and end for all the pattern points, and then mark this off that I've done that line. Then cut this back, and I will show you what it looks like so far. So this is a way you can combine two patterns. It doesn't always have to be, you know, at the top or at the bottom, or, you know, half the book and half then doing strips. I thought with this design, kind of incorporating both on the same page. So I don't think I got that all the way. There we go. Okay, and now these get folded back. Every other. Okay, and this gets put behind my stand holder here. So let me show you what the book looks like so far. Now you will find that, you know, the strips want to kind of like stick out or not play nicely. And let me move this back. And what I do is I just kind of help it with the scissors to go back. And then if you, in between working on your books, I know I see the question sometimes, you know, like the pages will buckle, what can you do about it? I would suggest that you always keep your book upright when you're not working on it. That way, the weight of the pages, if you put it like this on its side, this will tend to buckle because this is much thicker. So in, you know, with a 500-page book, these will want to curl onto themselves. So it's best if you keep your book upright in between working on it, unless you're doing everything in one sitting, which I never actually am able to do. That one was nesting within each other. Make sure this is also, no, okay, that's good. So this is what the pattern looks like so far. Zoom out a little bit. Whoops, wrong way. Okay, so I've got my photo book art down here, the photo strips, and then my cut and fold up here. So that's the first heart, and then I'm working on, you know, obviously it's the second heart is being created here. Okay, so that's kind of the process. I will finish off the book and then show you once the design is done, and this will actually go all the way to the top of the page. I now have completed the book and showing you what it looks like with both the cut and fold and the Fore edge design. So depending on how much you press this, you know, it's going to be a little more open, or you can kind of squish it a little more and then you have more of a straight line along here. But it's a cool design, kind of incorporating some of this Fore edge and then as well as the cut and fold here. I will post this pattern in my Etsy shop, and it's going to have the two files, both for this and for the cut and fold here. So if you have any questions or you end up doing this pattern, I would love to see it posted in my Facebook group. And also if you come up with a different design and do something similar, again, just feel free to share. Everybody loves to see designs and new ideas on creating these Fore edge and cut and fold combi patterns. If you have any questions, comment below, join my Facebook group, and post questions there as well. Hope this video was some inspiration to create another design using the two techniques. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.